Going on YouTube? What is happening? My name is Tyler with the Dividend Stock King. And today's topic, I'm talking about high-end cell phones. Is high-end cell phones needed in 2026, 2027, 2028 in the future? Before I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm not, giving financial advice. It's all my personal opinion. When you start investing and you start today's with the today's May 18th of 2026, so in the middle of May, and so far I've made $857 in income. I'm gonna get paid this week. Today's Monday. I'm gonna get paid the following week. I believe the week after that. I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks of this month. So I'm expected to get another $500-600. And today's topic is: Do you really need a high end phone? Do you really need a phone? Then when I was younger, I did that. That's before I was investing. But when I was younger, I did that. Bought a phone $800-900, and you know it's fine at that time, but over a year and a year and a half or 2 years, that phone becomes outdated really fast. I mean, it'll last 2 years and it's outdated. And high end phone, all it really does than a budget phone is take better pictures and maybe a little bit faster. That's it. That's the only thing that I see a higher end phone. And when I say budget phone, I'm saying under $200 or under, like, I wouldn't mind buying a phone for $200, 220, in under $300. To me, it's a budget phone. A high end phone like eight, nine, $1,000 phone. The phone that folds up and do you really need a filled up phone? But while I was younger, I did that. And that's the one thing I'm gonna teach my sons is that if you want the high end phone, go get it. But but know the pros and cons of what you're buying. Yes, we all need cell phones. You can buy a high end phone. You get the glitz and glamour and the high end tech and the super nice cameras, but it does come out a downside. And no one taught me this, and this should be a lesson in itself, and people should be learning about this. When you buy these high-end phones, your insurance is higher, right? Your deductible is higher because you will have to, you will eventually put insurance on that phone. Because you got an $800, $900 phone and the screen cracks, you want to get that replaced, and that costs money. Number one, so you will have to pay a higher insurance than a budget phone, and especially if I buy a phone for $200 and have it for 2 years, you know, it breaks. I could buy a whole new budget phone. If your $1,000 phone breaks within 2 years, you don't want to spend a whole another $1,000 on the phone. So I spent $400 on two budget phones. You will spend almost $2,000 on two high end phones. If that screen ever breaks or something happens to it, you gotta pay a high deductible. And with me in my phone, this phone was a Moto 2026G, Moto G. It's like $179. You really don't have to put insurance on it because the repair for the screen is like $150. I might as well buy a whole new phone. So I'm gonna teach my sons cell phones are important. We need cell phones, but we must keep things in context. What you're buying because there's pros and cons. Now the cons are you're buying a depreciating asset. You're buying that phone for $800-900. You can't sell that for $800-900 in the future. It's gonna depreciate over time. Number one, the insurance gonna be higher on that phone. Number two, and then that software in that phone will pretty much be outdated in 2 years because they make phones so fast and so many phones at one time. It's like Call of Duty. You buy Call of Duty one year, and the next Call of Duty comes out. The Call of Duty you bought last year is kind of outdated. It's an older Call of Duty. So you might as well buy the budget phone for under like 250. Buy that. You could buy a bunch of phone ones a year. I prefer doing that. Now I'm not doing that. I'm not buying a bunch of phone every year. I'm buying a bunch of phone. I bought this phone in January 2026. And I'm gonna have this phone till the wheels come off because the money that I could put towards the phone, I can invest that money. We could invest that money. But for my sons, they'll be younger, they'll have more energy, they'll be more in tech. I would suggest to them buy you a budget phone once a year. That's cheaper than buying a high-end phone. But really, buy you a budget phone every 2 years. Like buy it this year and buy another phone 2 years from now because you'll save a whole lot more money up front. And then with $1,000, you got to pull $1,000 from somewhere. And most people, what they do is put loans on their phone. They'll buy it and make payments on their phone. So you're making a cell phone payment just to have the phone, just to have the service. You're paying insurance on the phone and you're paying for the phone itself. So you're paying three bills in one, you know. And it may take 1 or 2, it might take 1 or 2 years. It may 2 years to pay it off. And then when 2 years is done, your phone's outdated. Your phone is old school. Your phone, it still works just fine. You can still keep it. But they'll come up with 3, 4 new phones that you might have. So keep it. I'm teaching my kids, keep your phone budget friendly and invest. Invest your money while you're young. While you're young is the best time to invest. You spend $1,000 on a cell phone. We you could got a phone for 250 uh, and invest that money throughout the year. You could get a budget phone every 2 years and save that money. And because the best time to invest is when you're young, not when you're my age with a wife and 2 kids. Now you have 2 kids you have to pay for plus a phone. This phone I got like $179, but you see what I'm saying? Like you're younger, you can make more money, you have more free time to work, you have no bills or no children. The best time to invest is when you're younger. And when you're older, hell, get you a budget phone because you grind, but get you a better phone. But when you're younger, I wouldn't advise to do that because again, you can make more money. You really have no bills. Really, you have a light bill, water bill. You ain't paying no mortgage. You know, you're not paying these bills. So get you a budget phone for right now. We'll buy the budget phone, but get you a budget. Get you a budget phone and invest. Invest when you can, right? Because you're getting older every day. You get older every year, and you don't want to waste your money, right? And you know what? If you invest your money, you get your paycheck, you invest your money and save, pay your bills. Here's my thing too, part two to this too. If you do that, right, you get your paycheck and you invest, and I put $100 in investment, and I pay bills and I save, and I have $5 to myself. I'm gonna take $100 to the side for a phone. I'm gonna do this for 6, 7 months. Let's say a phone comes out in November. Let's say Google Samsung guys come out in November, right? And you save $100 for a whole year for this phone. You want this phone badly. That's a paid cash. That's different. That is totally different. That's real different, right? Um, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with paying your bills, paying off debt, saving money, investing money, and the money left over from your paycheck, which is your money. You do what you want with it, and you put $100 every 2 weeks, $200 a month, and you save money. And the phone comes out end of the year, and you save up $1,000 just for the phone. That's different. I'm okay with that. But honestly, buying a high end phone these days, to me, it's not even worth it. You're not getting your money's worth, and the phone comes outdated quick. So, not a big fan of it, but it's up to you. My suggestion to people Get you a phone under $300, $200. They run just fine. The pictures are fine. The battery's fine. You can rock it out for 2, 3 years, and you're not your phone's paid off because some people pay for a phone bill, and you got I know people who have 3 or 4 phones, and all phones got loans on it. I mean, the kids got phones, they got phones, and they're all paying loans on it, and all paying insurance. Their bill with the phone bill intact is like $350 a month. I'm like, that is crazy. Well, you could have bought budget phones and paid $100 a month, or $150 a month for the phone bill service. So it's about where your money goes. Again, I'm an investor. I'm gonna keep doing this. I don't see myself buying a $800-900 phone no time soon. The budget phone does fine with me. But it's your money. This is just my little rant on budget on high end phones. And these phones are $2,000-3,000. I'm like, for a phone, which will be outdated in 2, 3 years. So like a game system. You buy a game system today, it's outdated, within a few years. So let me know. Thanks. Your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.